Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. Jason's not here. He's on vacation. I'm Kendall Mark, filling in for him, at least trying to. Now, this is obviously not Hobie. It's not Tom Butler. It's Ladies' Day. You guys, please welcome our guest host today. I'm so excited. She's an actress, comedian, game show host. Gosh, you do like everything.
Mother, daughter, yes. Hi.
Mother,
daughter, friend, karaoke star.
Edina native.
Oh, Burnsville native.
Burnsville. Okay,
Edina visitor.
You need to tell them on Wikipedia to change your bio.
Really?
Yeah, they say Edina.
No, I want to be from Edina. That's where the real rich people live, right?
All the fancy people.
They're fancy over there. I want to say, I'm going to keep that. I love it.
Keep it right there. Okay, so obviously, Melissa, you aren't just here because you're in town, but you know Jason.
I do know Jason.
You're friends with Jason. I think we've got a picture of you two. Yeah, there we go. A few years ago at the Hollywood Bowl, where he was just there, I think, too, on his recent vacation.
We did. We missed each other by like a day. I had flown back here. He had flown to LA, so we missed each other. But that's the Grease sing-along last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Sandra
See, I'm pulling out
D.
my Sandy.
We just were watching on The Buzz, and you were just like, oh, yeah, look at that Sandy. Now I get it. You're actually like
I'm
a big
huge
Sandy fan.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna buy that outfit of hers, though. I don't think it would fit.
Girl.
No, I mean, that's I mean, come on. I mean, it might be a nice leg warmer, those set of pants, but I don't think
one
I'm
leg.
Fit into it. Yeah.
Here's the other one.
No.
Okay, so you're in town because
Yeah.
you're visiting your family. You're like, your whole family lives here.
I love it. I'm a Minnesota girl. I mean, you can take the girl out of Minnesota, but you can never take the Minnesota out of the girl. So I love coming back here. I've been in LA since 2000, but this is still my home.
Right.
And we spend a ton of time here.
I mean, not to be like super creepy, but I'm going to be super
Oh,
creepy.
please be super creepy.
A few weeks here in the summer and then about a week around Christmas, and you come home and like really just get back to the roots, you know?
It's good to be home. The minute, I say this all the time, the minute you just sort of start flying in and landing into, the airport, I just have a little sense of calm and I love it. And the people, there's no one better than Midwestern Minnesotan people. It's just,
I mean, honestly, you get off, it is true, you get off the airplane, like, not only is the air just different.
Yeah.
And I don't even mean it's cold. Like
people are nice. They
joke.
hold the door for you.
Yeah.
They're not shoving like to get off the plane.
Right.
Like it's like they understand you wait till everyone gets off. It's just, it's nicer.
I like it here too. I know, that's why I've never left. But okay, we're gonna get to know Melissa a ton more in just a few minutes. Actually, throughout the show today, because you'll be here.
I'm not leaving
all day. I'll be creepy all day, y'all, just for you. If you have any questions for her, just tweet at us. The
Yes,
Jason
please
Show.
tweet at us.
Yeah, tweet at us. Okay, time now for the hot dish. We got the dish.
Oh, I like hot dish.
Well,
I don't have a spoon.
Big bites. You can.
Okay.
You can spoon me next time.
Oh, that's got some cream and mushroom soup in it. That's old school. I like it.
Always. All right, just over a week to go until the live-action remake of The Lion King arrives in theaters. Now, the world premiere of the much-anticipated movie was just last night. You can see it here. It was in LA with all the stars, including Donald Glover, Beyonce, Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, and everybody else. Now, Beyonce plays Nala in the movie, and she shared photos just like this at the premiere on her Instagram page. It was with her hubby, Jay-Z, little-known Jay-Z.
I almost wore that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Girl.
I'm glad I did.
Beyonce also brought her oldest daughter, Blue Ivy, to the premiere. I almost wore that today.
Oh, see, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we made other choices.
We never would have looked just as
good. We would have won the Who Wore It Best.
No, we would not. We're also getting the first reaction from the remake from those who saw it last night. Now, BuzzFeed's film reporter calls it a landmark visual experience like nothing he's ever seen, end quote. Many others also praised, as you can see right here, the visual effects and the music, but most said it did not top the original animated movie. And I gotta say, like, how do you top that?
Well, I know that they're doing these live actions. They've done Aladdin, they've done Dumbo, so, and we all have such memories and it's entrenched in our heart and soul. So it is hard to top, but that looked spectacular.
And like, how do you beat Beyonce?
I mean, she's a lioness, right?
She's a lioness.
She already is a lioness. She is fierce. I mean, I can't wait. And then the music, I'm going to see it, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't either. I think that they're doing a special viewing of it at 1 o'clock today for just the media in the know.
Where is that at?
I was like, I didn't get invited, but I think we should figure it out.
I feel like we're in the media. We're on a set right now.
We're literally at the
Are we not on
desk.
television? I feel like I'm on television right now.
Right now.
We would like an invite to the 1 o'clock special showing.
Please, I'm like my skin o'clock watch. We would like a 1 o'clock.
And my bracelet o'clock watch
Yes,
says 1 o'clock.
We would
want
like
to
our
go.
1 o'clock invite. All right. Meanwhile, Beyonce was busy overnight. She's, of course, dropping a new song from an album called The Lion King, The Gift, and it features her song Spirit. Listen to this.
Oh, we're back?
Oh, we're back. We were just really feeling ourselves.
I love it.
She's like, I listened to the full 5-minute song and I was like at my computer looking like a weirdo. Like,
Were you just holding up random things and just like Simba, just like this? And you're like, come on, Wednesday we're gonna do this. It's beautiful, and I think she's also releasing a companion album, right?
Yeah.
With the movie?
Yes, she is. That's what I've heard. And then I think Disney is also releasing an album too to go with the whole thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Disney, they know how to do it. Like they put it together. You were out there. You are gonna see it. You're gonna purchase all of the.
You're gonna do all the things.
All of the things, and
then you're gonna go to Disney World because they're gonna build a whole attraction about it.
Sure.
With a live animated Beyonce.
Oh,
that's not actually happening.
Liar. She just lied.
But it's an idea. Okay.
It's an idea.
Next in the dish, before he walked the red carpet, the Lion King star Donald Glover appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Now, he plays Simba in the movie and talked about meeting Beyonce at a pizza joint a few years ago. And just check out what he's wearing in this clip.
We were living in New York, and my partner, she was like, "Oh, we got to go to this pizza restaurant. It's Beyonce's and Jay-Z's favorite restaurant, like Pizza Lucali." So I'm like, okay, so we're gonna go there for date night. We go there, and Beyonce and Jay-Z are there, having a way cooler date night. Like, Blue was there, was really sweet and cool, but I was.
Did you go to them, or did they come to you, or would you bump into them, or how did it work?
We talked for about 10 minutes. Like, oh, you can say something. You can say something. No, you say something. You're the famous one. I was like, oh. So it was 10 minutes, and then you go over, and then you're like, oh, hey, and you're like, what are you doing? I didn't see you.
So funny running into you conveniently and casually here in this restaurant I knew you liked.
I mean,
funny.
That's so relatable, though. When you do meet, I get starstruck when you meet people, and
I was going to ask, do you get starstruck?
Oh, all the time. And you have that moment, if you're at a pizza. If I was at the pizza joint and I saw Beyonce, I'd be like, oh, you like pepperoni too? Oh, thin crust? I don't know. I'm gonna probably get it. Anyway, I was like, I would have been. It would be really hard. It's intimidating.
I would have walked out. I think I'd walk out.
Well, I would have walked out because it's a pizza place, so I would get my pizza. I mean, I'm not dumb, but it would be very intimidating, and that's the thing that people don't get. He's a big star, but you get starstruck, especially when you're genuinely a fan of what somebody does.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And he said that he didn't sing his part of the song that they have together, Simba and Nala, because he was so intimidated by singing with Beyonce.
Oh.
Which is duh, I would too. All right, well, anyway. Next in the dish, it seems like there's absolutely nothing Barbra Streisand wouldn't do for her dogs. Mm-hmm. That includes flying them overseas to see mommy perform. Now, Barbara recently performed in London, and she shared this video on her Instagram page with the caption, bringing some visitors to the show. Now, according to the Sun newspaper, Barbara flew her 3 dogs, Fanny, Miss Scarlet, and Miss Violet, 10,000 miles to be with her and watch her perform. And the dogs even had their own staff member to push them around. Yeah, pushed them around a little buggy backstage. There you go. There's the cuties. Now, this is where it gets a little weird. So in case you didn't know this, 2 of the dogs were cloned from Barbara's previous dog, Samantha, who died a few years ago.
That's totally normal. That's completely normal. It's not a thing. My husband drove our dogs back to Minnesota from LA in a Prius, and there was no staff. I do know that they cloned the dog. You know what I want to be cloned as? I want to be cloned and come back as Barbra Streisand's dog. Because you get pushed around in a buggy, you get to travel.
Yeah.
You've got an assistant.
You've got cute outfits.
I love you, Babs. You are the queen, but that's not normal.
It's do you have dogs?
Yeah, they're in a baby Bjorn in back with their assistant.
Oh, right,
is that
because
normal?
they drove the Prius, obviously. They drove the Prius.
I have 2 dogs. I love dogs. I love all animals, but no, they're
They're not getting, well, and like I love my pups, but I want them as them. That's why I love them. I don't want like Harvey 2.0. That's just weird to me. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because
and cloning is, what is it, like 50 grand?
Oh yeah, so I can't afford it.
I mean, and how do they do it? Is it in a, I don't know how they do it. I'm not a scientist.
Whatever. Okay. Finally in the dish, Tom Hanks. All right. He celebrated his 63rd birthday yesterday, but he didn't just have a party and blow out some candles. He decided to jump off a yacht. Just watch.
Because that's what.
Okay, go!
Oh, God. That's just Hanks.
He even makes that so enjoyable. Just
He
the way he
does.
does it. Look at that.
It's just this nice
Yes.
slow-mo jump. It's
Looks
on
so
his Twitter
casual.
page if you want to freeze frame it even more in your free time. Now, you know him.
Well,
correct?
I say that. I know Rita, and I've met them both, but I've hung out with Rita a couple more times. But truly, two of the nicest people. It's the
Really?
truth. The nicest. And Rita, I just saw her recently at an event, and I had to introduce her on stage, and her mic had not worked, so I had to stretch. And you're stretching for Rita Wilson. So I just started to sing a song about how I wasn't Rita Wilson or married to Tom Hanks, and I think the audience really enjoyed it.
I would have really enjoyed that.
But truly, the nicest people, and he really is. I've never heard someone say a bad word about him.
I haven't either, but I mean, I'm also just like, I'm just a wee man in Minnesota. So that is really good to hear.
Don't you say that about yourself, Kendall. You're a superstar. And you're my twin sister, and I don't want to hear that from you because we're exactly the same age and exactly the same size. So don't speak about yourself that way.
Thank you. We'll be
There we
right back. She's starred in hit movies and TV shows.
Go Bears.
Now Melissa Peterman is back as host of a new game show on Fox. We'll get the lowdown on Punchline and how it feels to be home in Minnesota. Plus, protecting our pets. Summer storms can cause panic and anxiety for animals. Dr. Eric from the St. Paul Pet Hospital is back with tips on keeping your dogs calm. And the fix is in, the Fashion Fix. The owner of this online styling site is here with 3 ways to step up your fashion game. From color to fit to style, ways to make it easier to look your best. The Jason Show will be right back. Hello. Hope you got that cup of coffee. Welcome back to the Jason Show. I, Kendall Mark, filling in for Jason all this week today. I'm joined by our special guest host. That's actress and comedian and Minnesotan. I have to keep throwing that.
Say
in
it.
there.
I wear that loud and proud.
Thank
Minnesotan.
you. Thank you, Melissa Peterman. She's the host of the new show Punchline. That's coming to Fox next Monday, July 15th. Hello.
I know you're excited. Everyone's so excited about it.
Throwing things everywhere. You guys all know Melissa from a string of really memorable acting roles from Fargo to Reba and everything in between. So take a look at this little reel we put together.
So where you girls from? Chaska, LeSueur, but I went to high school in White Bear Lake. Go Bears.
Get out of here. This is my place of business. And now I see where your daughter gets it. You know what? I have been nothing but nice to you and your family since the day y'all moved in, and I'm over it. Watching you walk around all holier than thou, like you're better than everyone else. Well, guess what? You're not. I'm gonna pray for you.
Well, then, if you're not going to talk any sense into your husband, I guess I will. You can dip that in batter, put a stick in it, and sell it at the state fair.
I'm just cracking up over here. I just kept doing this like a loser.
It's fun. I like to watch things when I've had a little distance from them too.
Yeah.
It's easier to not be so critical, and I love watching old episodes of, especially Reba. It's fun and just it holds up, and
Right.
I love seeing my son watch it. It's fun.
Well,
It's
I do have a question about
Okay.
Reba. I do, coming up in a second. I do want to talk about a little bit the TV show that you're going to be hosting.
Yes.
Like I said, the game show is called Punchline, and it's going to be on Fox on Monday the 15th. So tell us a little bit how the show works. It's kind of all in the title, right?
It's in the title. It's called Punchline. We're going to take 2 teams of comedians. So you have 2 against 2, the funniest comedians in the nation. We're going to bring them, and they're going to see who comes up with the best punchlines for current headlines, what's going on. And the fun will be in the good ones, the bad ones, and just seeing funny people on the spot thinking of punchlines for today's current events and headlines. So
Okay. Do you think it'll really surprise you how quickly they can come up with these? Like, I'm just not, you're very quick. It takes me like, oh, I should have said that, like a 5-minute period.
I think that's the beauty of it. You know, most comedians, you have to be sharp and be on your toes. I come from improv, I've done stand-up too, but that's the beauty of it. Not everything you're going to deliver is going to be gold, so that'll be part of the fun. But I am amazed at how quickly and how fast a lot of these people are and what they come up with and how their mind works. And so I think I'm super excited. I love the creative team that's involved. It's Dave Knoll and Cleve Keller who are fantastic. And I think we need to laugh. We need to bring, the headlines, what's going on every day. Sometimes you just need to see the funny and make some fun. And I'm super thrilled. I fly back tomorrow to start shooting.
That's so crazy. You're like this. We got you on your last day here.
I'll be back. You can't get rid of me.
She's back, y'all. All right. And you've hosted shows before, like Bet on Your Baby, The Singing Bee. What is it that you really liked about hosting them?
I love meeting people. I think when you get to host, as you know, you get to meet so many different people and interesting people every day. I think, when you're a good host, I think it's about listening and making sure that that person shines.
Right.
My job is to make sure that they come across and they have a great time, they shine, they're funny. And I just enjoy that every day is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
I think you hit it right on the head. If you're good at it and it's something that we all work on, and Jason's excellent at it,
He's
is making
fantastic.
sure someone just is comfortable and like the best of them is coming through.
Yeah, because guess what? When people do shows and you have guests every day, this is their moment. They're going to go watch that, show their family. So make sure that they shine and feel great and have a good time. So,
Right. Well, okay, I said I was going to talk about this.
Okay.
Reba. Reboots are like the thing right now.
Yes.
People love Reba. Do you think it could ever happen? I mean, we're looking at it right now.
I think it could happen.
Yes?
I would never say no. I don't think she would ever say no. I was just with her a couple weeks ago, and it comes up all the time, and we are all still so tight.
I was going to ask you that. Do you still talk to her?
Yes.
Hang out with her?
Steve Howey made the nicest comment. They announced Punchline, the show, and he was like, said something so sweet about the funniest woman, and I was texting with Reba just this week. She sent me a gift, my birthday present here in Minnesota. So, you know what, the show, I think people would love to see what these characters are doing, 10 years later.
Right.
So it's all about the timing and making sure we can all do it. So I'm never saying no. And I think that if it's going to happen, it will happen. Does that make sense?
So you're down.
I'm down. I mean, believe me, the minute she called, if she said, hey, Melissa, get over to my garage, we're going to shoot a reboot, I'd be there in 2 minutes.
With that accent.
With that accent,
Love
hey,
it.
Melissa, get down here, we're going to do it right now. I would do it in a minute. I loved working with her. She was one of my favorite, the best comedic partner ever. So
That's
so fun.
awesome. It's good to know that she's cool too.
She's
But
super cool.
I love that. Okay, finally, we've alluded to this and talked about this whole time, how you're from Minnesota. You've got a lot of family here still. Like, is the whole group pictures here? Is that
My
your
mom,
Hi,
and those
Mom.
are those are my 2 new babies, the Nelson ice cream cones, because
like,
that's
what?
the child size and it's the size of a child. So that's me and my mom and our 2 children. That's my mom, Pam Peterman. These are the Bradys, all the cousins.
Oh, cute. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? There's
This is
6 of them?
trying to get everyone, and I did notice, if you look in the corner, there's little Frida rubbing her temples because she realizes how difficult it is to get everyone in a family photo. Yeah, my husband's family, for the most part, everyone is here in St. Paul, like Stillwater area. My family is Burnsville, Eagan, all that. So it's so much fun. And Riley, our son, gets to see his grandma, grandpa, aunties, cousins. So we're all over the place.
And they all get to do a little bit of this.
they're like, oh my gosh,
the
do we
end of
have to
it.
do another family photo? Hurry up.
I love it. All right, well, Melissa's sticking around for the entire show today. And don't miss Melissa's new show we were just talking about, Punchline. It starts Monday, July 15th, airing at 8 p.m. weeknights on Fox 9+. Still to come, we're putting Melissa to the test with our own game involving, what else? Minnesota.
Bring it.
But first, it's a small movie earning big buzz this summer, all about a wannabe country music singer in Scotland. Oh yeah.
I know stuff about that.
We're talking to the star of Wild Rose, Jessie Buckley, coming up next. We're watching The Jason Show with special guest host today, Melissa Peterman. Hello. We were just chatting right before the break, and this is obviously a segment we're about to do about a country singer and redheads, and you said?
I said, if I know one thing, I know redheads do quite well in country music. See? I'm great during the commercial breaks. You guys should see that show because we're killing it.
We're killing it. Here's exactly what we're talking about, a clip from the movie Wild Rose. And that is the Jessie Buckley. She is actually singing in the movie. And now Jessie Buckley is joining us from, I don't know where, I just said from. Hey Jessie, how's it going?
Hello, Jessie.
London. Good morning.
I'm in London.
London, there we go. It's like
well,
from.
cheerio then. Well, we're in Minnesota, so completely different or almost the same. You have a gorgeous voice. Can I just say that? Spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
No, I mean, you've sang long before this movie, correct?
Yeah, I grew up in quite a musical household. My mom is a harpist and a singer, and my dad has this little man cave which he frequents nightly to sing Bob Dylan. And so yeah, we grew up with lots of singing in our house, and being Irish, everybody has to sing a song at some kind of family party. So yeah, I'd sang really all my life, but I hadn't actually sung in a very long time before I started this film, and I definitely had no relationship to country music before I started it, so it was a real gift and joy to kind of wrap my ears around that music.
Well, and you play obviously Rose Lynn in the movie, and she's not really like a typical country singer. Can you tell us about her and maybe what attracted you to playing this character?
Well, when I first read the script, she just was this kind of tornado of feeling and had a real raw humanity, you know, in her. And it's very rare that you meet a woman like Rosalind Harlan on a page, front and center, who's foibled and makes mistakes and sometimes is unlikable, but also is incredibly vulnerable and has the capability of wanting something for herself and also, you know, loving people. But she just was this, she just had this energy. She just had this completely unbounded, human, raw energy. And I just completely, I was almost, she's the kind of girl I was like, oh God, I want to go for a pint with her, but I'm afraid I'll get into a fight with her. So
that's awesome. I love that. I was afraid I'd get in a fight with her.
So is it true that country music is super popular in Glasgow? I mean, I was shocked to hear that.
Oh my God, yeah. There's a hardcore passion for country music in Glasgow, and the Grand Ole Opry in Glasgow like really does exist. And
I love that.
You walk through those front doors, and it's a kind of labyrinth of just kind of really like passionate country music fans. But yeah, it's a big thing.
Well, I mean, I think that we'd both be down with getting a pint with you if we're ever in London.
I would love that.
So, Jessie, thank you so much for joining us.
Come to London.
We're going to be there, but first we're going to go see Wild Rose because it is in theaters now.
Thank you. Bye. I think we have to take her up on that.
I'm going to go for it.
I'm
She's
totally
adorable.
down. She's so cute. And we both loved the HBO series Chernobyl.
Oh, I know.
That was so good with her in it, the pregnant woman.
It was hard to watch because it is a little bit dark, but
Yeah.
she is fantastic. And it really, you know, it's historically, they did such a good job of telling that amazing, destructive horribleness, you know, time in Chernobyl.
Horribleness.
Horribleness. There you go. That's a word now.
But
I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. And this actually, it does look really good. And she's a phenomenal singer.
It's got huge buzz, this movie. And it's playing here in town where I think it's at the Landmark or the Uptown, I think.
The Landmark or the Uptown. I was like,
Landmark or
Jess
the
knows
Uptown.
all the things. All right, after the break, keeping your pets calm during summer storms. Dr. Eric from the St. Paul Pet Hospital is back with tips for every animal lover should know. We'll be right back after this break. Hey everybody, we're cracking up over here.
Yeah.
You do that with comedians. All right. Our furry friends are recovering from a stressful weekend. So many of them, including my pup, were spooked by those Independence Day fireworks.
But those nerve-wracking nights may not be over because summer storms can also send Fido running for cover.
Oh, poor babies. All right, here to give us some tips on how to deal with canine anxiety, Dr. Eric. Now, Eric, I have to say, is it Ruland?
Ruland, you got
Thank
it.
you. I'm very, like one of my only jobs is to get someone's name right, and so I always think I'm going to get it wrong.
It's
Does that
Ruland.
make sense?
Everybody calls me Dr. Eric because I don't want them to have to navigate
God.
that.
I'm just going to call you Dr. Eric.
All right, he's from the St. Paul
My
Pet
staff calls me
Hospital.
worse at times. So.
Oh, that's, me too, all my staff here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
No,
have a
my
huge staff. Huge
Okay.
staff.
Now, so these meltdowns that dogs have, I know our
Yeah.
pup, Harvey, I've talked to you off air about her. She can
Totally.
get really anxious, especially during thunderstorms and stuff. How many dogs go through this? Is this a kind of common thing?
Super common. I would say close to 25 to 30% of the dogs in our practice, and just in general that we see that have it. And it's great that we're talking about it now because a lot of times we can talk about it before the 4th of July. And some people that have a recent dog, like most people aren't really thinking about it, and then afterwards they're like, oh my gosh, like last weekend was so awful.
Our dog
And-
Junior is practically still is bedridden from from the fireworks and the
Really?
storms. Like
That's
he just
awful.
gets so upset and starts shaking the minute it happens,
Yeah.
and
So no, it's great that we're talking about it now, like I said, and everybody seems to be talking about like what happened last week. So anyway, But,
And we brought this up, but these Thunder shirts, they've got these products out there now. How do those work? And does that help?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now.
It's like
It's keeping me calm during this nerve-wracking television experience. So, yeah.
it's like swaddling a baby. It's a pressure thing.
But I
So-
mean, if I feel anxiety in a minute, would you want to just maybe hug me tightly,
absolutely.
Dr. Eric?
Anybody would want to be like.
I just
would
want you to be on the
coddled.
ready because I feel like I'm getting a
anytime.
little nervous,
Right
and I
on.
just feel like if Dr. Eric would like to swaddle me, I would like that.
okay with it.
Anxiety would be better. No, it worked. They work great, and they have to be fitted, and they wrap them and swaddle them, and it's a pressure thing. And once the pressure is relieved,
Makes them feel safe.
They totally. Temple Grandin actually, who everybody is aware of Temple, they use pressure. She actually uses
For
pressure.
autism. It was for autism.
Yeah,
to-
and they
to
use it
calm.
for some anxiety and nervous conditions. So it does work in some cases, and some patients I have, it doesn't work very well at all.
Okay.
So.
We have found we have a little winter coat
Yeah.
for our dog Harvey, and she actually, so if you don't have a Thunder shirt, it actually really does help her too.
Absolutely.
Just
weirdly
feeling
enough.
like a fake
Yeah.
kind of enclosure.
Yeah.
I
A
know
lot of
sometimes I just like to crawl under the
Yeah.
bed too and just like wrap myself in a blanket and not answer the phone.
So the
But that's not about thunderstorms. That's just like Wednesday. So, you know.
So the important thing to remember is when a thunderstorm is happening and when this is coming up, it's important to have access. First, it's important to recognize the condition and know that your dog is going to have that, but it's important to have a space or have an area that the dog can go. And it has to be available all the time, and it has to be, I like to have a brightly lit room, either in the basement or someplace away from the noise.
Okay.
And it's very brightly lit. No external light can come in, and the lights are on full volume, and blankets over the top of the kennel so they can get there, and that place has to be accessible all the time. It has to always be available to them.
Always open.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of causes this for dogs? I mean, it can't. It's not just the loud noises.
It's that.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Is
that
it
scare you?
really?
Well, it's a training and a sensitization that happens over time, and it usually doesn't happen after one stimulus or one event. It's a progressive phobic.
I want you to stay forever, and if you need a ride home, I'm here.
Yes.
But I have a quick question. So we have a new English setter. She's a little bit over a year, and we just found out she has some sort of genetic born with kidney disease.
Renal dysplasia. Likely, that's what it is. Yes.
And so we took her in. They said the kidneys look great, but we put her on a low protein kidney health food. Now, is she going to be okay? Like,
She should be fine. Like we were just saying before the break, you only need 25% of your kidneys to function.
Oh.
So, yeah.
like
So
we should
she'll be
Airbnb
fine.
ours out. Maybe.
Yeah,
That's right.
make some money.
Yeah, that's why we can donate. That's why you can donate your kidneys. So.
Makes sense.
So just make sure that she eats, because the protein is what's hard to digest.
Exactly.
correct?
It's hard for your body to remove ammonia, the byproduct of protein degradation, which people don't know this on really high protein diets. You can fry your kidneys because
Really?
you have to get rid of that ammonia. The ammonia, when you smell pee, that's the ammonia that's in that.
Okay.
You have to get rid of the urea that you're producing when you break down those products.
So should we get a second opinion as well? Like, do you think?
Absolutely. I
will be over later.
All right, sounds good.
With a bottle of Pinot Noir.
And what I'll remind everybody when it comes to storm phobia is really talk to your veterinarian about particular drug protocols for each and every dog is very
Right,
different.
okay.
So sometimes we will use Valium, we can use alprazolam, we can use trazodone. There's different drugs for the way different dogs present, and your veterinarian's going to know a much better way. Once they meet and understand your dog, they will know a better approach to each.
And
specific
so
dog.
what you're saying is the same one doesn't work for every dog. You've
It
got to
doesn't.
sort of
It
find-
doesn't necessarily. I have some dogs that have ramp-up periods, like alprazolam doesn't work, and it makes them really hyper-excitable, and that doesn't work either. And I suffer from anxiety conditions as well, and alprazolam makes me really anxious,
Great,
and
okay.
that does not work well. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so talk to your vet.
Talk
make
to your
a safe
veterinarian.
space for your dog.
Absolutely,
I like the
They'll
safe space thing. I think
get
that
a safe
that sounds
space.
really good.
Bright light thunder shirts work really, really well. Removing them from that area, and unfortunately for some of those dogs that are very, very phobic, especially with fireworks, drugs work amazing. We have drugs that work. And talk to your doctor about those.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Dr. Eric Ruland, thank you so much for joining us. And if
Thank
you
you.
want more information, just head to stpaulpet.com. Now, after the break, I'm putting our guest host right here, Melissa Peterman, to the test with a game all about Minnesota. All about
bring it.
Minnesota. Stick around, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Jason Show. I'm joined today by our guest host, Melissa Peterman. Now, she's the host of a new game show called Punchline that premieres next Monday. So naturally, we had to play a game with her.
Bring it
But
on.
I'm going to be asking you the questions.
all right. I'm not scared. Let's do
Not
it.
scared.
I'm
Okay,
not scared.
she's native. We've talked about this. I've geeked out. I've Googled. I've researched.
I think when you have a Prince tattoo,
Yes.
you can say you're a Minnesota girl. So there you go.
She has a Prince tattoo. It's real life. All right. Okay. So we're going to see how well you know your
Okay.
home state. All right. First question we've got on the board. Which one of these is not a new state fair food announced last month? Is it A, fried tacos on a stick, B, deep fried jello, or C, mini donut latte?
Oh my gosh. Well, we like our things on a stick. We like our things deep fried. Do we want a mini? Is it a mini donut flavored latte?
Yes.
The Jello. I don't know what the market is. It's gonna be. There's no mini donut latte.
Wrong. Okay.
How dare you?
No deep fried jello. I guess the Utah State Fair has it though. So if you're interested, hop on over the hill.
No deep fried Jello?
I know, weird.
I think I'm starting to stand.
It's a new hit.
should
All
be a
right.
hit.
Next question. Which of these state fair foods on a stick does not exist? Is it A, fried rice on a stick, B, alligator sausage on a stick, or C, pizza on a stick?
I think there is no fried rice on a stick.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ha-ha!
That's good. You've had the alligator,
But guess
right?
what? I would eat it on a stick.
Oh, obviously.
Duh.
I've had the alligator and it was like chewy chicken.
Are they still going to have the deep fried nachos?
Oh
in a
God,
ball?
I hope so.
I hope so. That was really
I
good.
hope so. Okay, next questions. Now, these are about Minnesota towns that we're going to pronounce.
Okay.
If you know how to pronounce the name, we're going to put them behind me.
Okay.
What is this?
Oh, Matamidai.
Yes, Matamidai.
Woo!
Just over the road and through the way. Okay, next up.
Chokyo.
Shikayo! So
Shikayo.
close! Actually, that was the one that I also did not know.
Did I don't know where that one is.
Shikayo. I'm not sure. North Central. I was going to say, I bet it's northern Minnesota, and
Okay.
sometimes
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna come visit.
Okay, next try. Next one. There we go.
Oh, Mattawa.
Mattawa. There we go. We got another one. Here we go.
See? Oh, New Prague.
Yeah, duh.
Duh.
New Prague. Next.
Oh, Wasika.
Wasika. She's
Wasika.
getting me so quickly.
Ding, ding,
nice.
ding.
Hey.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, and I am obviously from here. I've lived here forever, and I also didn't know like the one that you didn't know.
I didn't know
so.
that one. I feel really bad.
Yeah, I mean, we're really sorry.
I'm just gonna go home and eat deep fried Jello in a closet and feel bad about it.
We feel really bad.
I feel bad.
Now you guys can see Melissa as the host of the new show Punchline. That's starting on Monday, July 15th, and it airs weeknights at 8 p.m. on Fox 9 Plus. Now, after the break, looking and feeling your best. That's a good thing, right?
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, the creator of the Fashion Fix is here with 3 ways to better dress ourselves, and it's easier than you might think. Stick around to check it out.
Is it? I still have a hard time dressing myself.
Really
I
hard.
prefer to have somebody.
Hello, hello. Grab that cup of coffee and sit right down because we're talking about fashion. All right, for many people, many people, including yours truly, it's a daily struggle. You're getting ready for work or errands, going out for coffee with the girls, and you want to look in your closet and you're like, man, that's disappointing. I have thousands of things and nothing to wear. Nothing to make you happy. Okay, but it can be easier than you think. So stepping up your fashion game, we've got a professional. Thank goodness. Here with 3 better ways to dress ourselves is the woman behind the fashion fix, Lindsay Fromming. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I know that I get my things ready the night before because I wake up so early, but it is hard for so many women to just, you want to look good, but you don't know how. So was that kind of the inspiration behind the fashion fix?
It was, and just as you're describing, like you want to be able to get dressed quick and out the door, because whether it's you're like coming to work and you have things to put together, or you have 3 kids that you're towing along with you that you also have to drop off before you go to work, you want to have things in your closet that you know every time when you go in there to put them on, you're going to look good and you're going to feel confident in them. Instead of having to spend 5 or 10 minutes weeding through things where you're like, oh, I always feel so drab when I wear that, or that doesn't fit right, or I always feel frumpy when I wear that. Like, my goal is to help women go into their closets, help them weed out those things that don't make them feel good when they wear them, and fill their closet with things that give them that confidence and the empowerment that they want any day of the week. So it could be a day that you're going to work. It could be a day that you're running errands. It could be just, you know, you're
going out to
cocktails, you know, hanging out with your friends. It doesn't matter what you're doing. What I say is what you do every day matters. And so you matter every day.
I love that.
So that's what I help
I
women
love
with.
that.
Yeah.
You know, I do. I call them my go-to outfits. And because when I'm just not having a good day, like I know that blouse fits me really well and that pair of jeans, and it's fine. It's just white and jeans and look good.
And everyone has a couple of those. And so what I can help women do is how can we multiply those go-to outfits in your closet? So I can come in and what I call it's like the science of style, right? So I kind of, what I do is I really empower women with the tools and resources to say, you know what, Kendall, the reason why you like that outfit is because of the way that it's cut and the way that it fits, or because of the colors, or because of the drape of the fabric. And so by teaching you those finer points, you then have the resources when you go out shopping next time, like, okay, that's what Lindsay was telling me about. This is the top I'm gonna get now. Instead of this one that maybe like you saw on someone else and you thought it was cute on them, but when you get it home, it's maybe not the right fit for you, right?
That happens to me all the time.
Yes, we're chasing after someone else's style instead of trying to understand and feel empowered in our own personal style.
Okay, I like this. Okay, so I want to get right into how you can make people feel good. So your first 3 ways to improve your dress is know your body shape, specifically.
Know your body shape. So it's really important to understand your shape. And there is about, I would say like 3 or 4 really specific shapes for women.
Oh, like this lady. There we go.
Yeah, okay. So this is one of my clients, and so she has a really traditional hourglass shape. So the other shapes that we see a lot would be like hourglass, triangle, apple, or straight.
Okay.
So with the hourglass shape, you know, we're fuller through the bust, maybe a little bit broader through the shoulders. We have a defined waist, and then a little bit fuller through the hips.
Hello.
Right, so
Sitting here.
Here's what happens with women's shapes. We try to camouflage or cover instead of complement.
Okay.
So when we identify our shape, we want to find pieces that complement that shape. So with the hourglass, you can see the top on the blue top that she has on, it's just so
It's just
big.
drapey.
It's so big. It's basically just camouflaging. We're not highlighting her shape. We're not highlighting her figure. So if we go to the green top, first of all, we got rid of a ton of fabric. So we just probably like went down a size in top, right?
Right.
So women are so afraid of wearing something that's too small for them. They typically wear things that are too big.
Okay.
Okay, so then what we do is the top is shorter. Length is so important when complementing your shape. If your top is too long, your pants are too long, your sleeves are too long, you're gonna look frumpy.
Right.
And then we found a top that has that nice kind of crossover tie there at the waist, and that is really highlighting her waist, which is the smallest part of her figure.
Right.
So we're getting a top that's open at the neckline, comes in at the waist, it's a lot shorter, and now we're complementing her shape rather than trying to cover it.
Okay, I love that. All right, so know your colors is another really big one.
Yes. So knowing your colors is really important because especially if you're someone who doesn't love to wear a lot of makeup maybe, or maybe you don't wear any makeup at all, when you wear your best colors, you're gonna complement and highlight your natural beauty so effortlessly.
Hers is, this is perfect.
So if you look here, now the top with the ruffle on it there and that kind of oatmeal cardigan, it just kind of all blends in with her, right? It's just blending in with her complexion, blending in with her hair color. We're not getting a pop or a wow factor. And you can see when we go into something like the bright pink and then a gold piece of jewelry. So jewelry sometimes makes a difference too. Maybe you should be wearing more silvers rather than gold or vice versa.
Right.
We see her just like her cheeks even just look a little bit more rosy and her complexion just like looks a little bit smoother. So
She just pops because it's the right colors for her.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, now I don't want all of my blondes to just run out and start buying hot pink blouses.
But hey.
But you could. But also the thing with this that I try to teach women, again, the science behind that is sometimes different shades work better for you, right?
Okay.
So let's find the right shade of pink or the right shade of blue that's gonna give you the best compliment.
Okay.
So.
And people, I mean, we've got about 30 seconds to quickly blaze through these,
okay,
but
let's
know
look at the
your
last one.
style. And
Yeah.
you have preppy, classic, boho, and edgy. So what's this one?
Yeah. Okay, so preppy, lots of plaids, lots of gingham, lots of stripes, lots of classic patterns.
Great, love that. And then we have classic.
So classic, tailored fits, solid colors, details that are timeless.
I love that. And then boho.
Boho, you're gonna find a lot of natural fibers, details like fringe, crochet, you're like a lot of knits, things like that.
And then finally, edgy.
So edgy is gonna do a lot of dark colors that are really contrasting. You can see we got a leather jacket here, lots of heavy accessories, maybe asymmetrical hems, things that just add a little bit more personality to a look.
Well, I love this. And you know, Lindsay is here in Minnesota, which is fantastic. And you can learn more about her on the Fashion Fix and check out her website, fashionfixmn.com. I love all this. I love that you do a lot of like bargain buying. It's fantastic. So please come back sometime.
I will. I would love to. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. After the break, Melissa Peterman is back. She's helping me wrap up the show. We've got that coming up next. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Jason Show. I'm Kendall Markey with our special guest host, Melissa Peterman. I'm so grateful that you were here today. It's been so much fun.
Thank you for having me. This has been a delight. And I've been watching you, and it's just so fun to get to meet you in person.
Thank you. I'm like, it was hilarious also. So this is a little side note. We're about to talk about your Instagram. So I have to talk about, Jason's not currently watching, so it's like the butt crack of dawn in Hawaii.
Oh, it is? Because I've texted him already this morning. Sorry, Jace.
But she was back in his like little office room and like, oh, I'm doing nothing back here. Like hanging out with a comedian all day is like the funniest thing.
Well, which is why I'm excited to do Punchline, because I get to hang out with comedians all day. It's going to be fantastic.
So awesome. And so you've been posting a lot of pictures and videos of your remodel at your home on Instagram. Tell me about this. Like people love this. It's hilarious.
Well, we are finally remodeling our home in Los Angeles after living in it for 18 years. Our motto is we will not divorce over this. And
there you are. I'm sweating.
I'm sweating. And it's I don't know what's happening. There was an earthquake while I was here. Who knows? I may not even have a house. We do know that everything was fine. But yeah, we're completely redoing a kitchen. We're pushing a wall out, adding a bathroom.
Your house is HGTV.
Is it? Is it?
So has it been like going slowly, quickly?
No, it's
like
I don't know what these things do. I could move in 2025, and I have no idea if that's correct. We may be back in it. We hope by September, October. We really like our contractor and our friend who's Andrea Hutchman, who's designing it. But it's stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, have you picked out windows? I mean,
no. I would be like, that would be no.
It's when you look at your person that you've been, by the way, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But let's see what happens after this remodel, if I make it, because it's like we finally make it to 20, we decide to remodel, which is just the biggest stress. But, anytime something happens, we literally just take each other's hands and we will not divorce over this. It's just windows, but it's very stressful. And I see why couples don't do it. I see why you still live with stuff that doesn't work or that's falling
You're just
apart.
like, I'm just going to move
it's
completely.
Fine. I'm just going to move.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll go well. And right now there's a hole in one wall as we're adding a little extension. So, there was a little bit of, so someone go check on that since there was a 7.1 earthquake and it was fine. It was fine. So we were lucky.
Another videos and funny things that you do is with one of your friends. Yeah, this is something that people have been raving over. That CVS trips with Carson Kressley.
I think everyone should have an opportunity to go to CVS with Carson Kressley because he makes everything a joy and a delight. Popcorn shirt.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
He is like my brother from another mother. He's my soulmate. We've known each other for about 14 years. We've done a couple gigs together, and I just adore that man. No one makes me laugh harder. And we cannot see each other for a year, and the minute we connect, it's like we never were apart. So, yeah. And I think this could be a show, too, right?
Yeah, people were, I saw the comments that were like, show, please?
Just going to different drugstores with Carson Kressley. And by the way, that's only like 2 videos. I took about 17. Maybe I should post more.
I think so.
It seems to be what the people want.
Give the people what they want.
I will.
Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank
you guys, you can see Melissa Peterman co-hosting, she's co-hosting.
I'm hosting.
She's hosting the show called Punchline. It airs at 8 p.m. on our sister station, Fox 9+, starting on Monday, July 15th. Tomorrow on the show, we've got Stephanie Hansen. She's here with her
I love
picks.
her.
Isn't she great? For classic restaurants in the Twin City that deserve another visit. Plus, find out what happens when I go snorkeling at the Mall of America's Sea Life, Minnesota.
Wait, what?
It was terrifying.
You
That's
should wear
all
a
I will
thunder
say
shirt
about
to
that.
that so you don't get scared. I really think, is Dr. Eric going? You should
I don't
bring
know.
him along.
Melissa Peterman,
You should
everybody.
really Tune in, July 15th, Punchline.